I wanted to take some time and talk about Psalm 23, verse 5 in particular. Psalm 23 is really beautiful once you've experienced the love of God, but I really wanted to kind of nail down verse 5 for you. So, this was written by David, King David, who was a young shepherd boy who turned king of Israel after a fascinating life. And you can read more about David in Samuel 1 and Samuel 2. But really, throughout all of the Old Testament, and even to today, King David has a huge impact on Israel, on Christians, on Jews alike. But verse 5 says, "You prepare a table for me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows." So, unless you know ancient cultures, and we're going to talk about Israelite culture in particular, this can kind of seem eluding and just another line that we read, right? So, it's actually very powerful. So, when you sat at a table of a host, you were allotted the protection of the host as well. God is inviting you to a table, which means protection even from your enemies. Before verse 5, you're told that, essentially there's danger around, but when God is with the author, he does not fear. There's an inner peace that comes from being a child of God that the world just doesn't understand. In Psalms 121, 1 through 2, it says, "I lift my eyes towards the mountain. Where will my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." God doesn't promise flowers and rainbows for your life, but he is the author of our story, and he's working everything out for our good. Romans 8:28 says, "We know that all things work together for the good of those who love God, who are called according to his purpose." And how easy it is for us to forget this. And I'm personally talking to me. I do this all the time. Fear, anxiety, they creep up in my soul, and I've got to let it go. And that's the flesh. The enemy wants you to forget this, and he wants you to live in that. Okay? So we're told to take all of our concerns and cares to the Lord because he hears you. He hears everything that we say to him. But there's an inner peace that comes from when your cup is overflowed, you're elated. The creator of the universe values you, and your enemies can see that you belong to him and that he loves you. He's anointing you with oil, and that's a deeply symbolic term that only God can give. And he's protecting you, and that he loves you, and that he's providing favor to you that, again, only he can provide. You're being set apart from the world. So after that, in verse 6, it says something so beautiful, and I'm going to say the New King James Version, even though I normally read the Christian Standard Bible, but the New King James Version is my favorite part of this verse. So verse 6 says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." This should provide solace for you in need if your faith is truly with the creator of the universe. So what do you need to give up to sit at the table?